Hey guys, welcome back to Draw Along Doodles with Walker. Okay, so this next thing that we're going to be working on is a macron. Now, there is a difference between a macron and a macroon. A macroon is spelled like this, Macroon. This is a type of cookie that has coconut and is flaky and usually has like a little filling in the middle. Sometimes it's coconut and chocolate. Sometimes it's just regular coconut and maybe some fruit. That's a macaron. A macaron, Cron, is there might be another C in there, but this is a type of French cookie that is made out of a meringue and then sandwiched together with a filling. A lot of times it's a ganache or it's a fruit kind of jam or a buttercream. So definitely a difference. All right. These are also really popular right now on like Pinterest and Instagram. So you'll be popular. We're going to draw the two cylinders they're based off of first. So I've got a short stack cylinder, which means I need an oval, there we go. Now I need two parallel sides. I'm not going to go very far. And then remember, my curve at the bottom should be parallel to my curve at the top. Okay, so there's one. And then I'm going to put my second kind of leaning on that one. So I'm going to tilt my paper this way so I can get my oval. So here's my oval slightly leaning over the other. Okay. Then I'm going to come down and down like I did for my other sides. Remember, they're straight down. And then I'm going to imitate that curve. Make a parallel curve at the bottom for the end of my cookie stack. All right. Now, obviously, the one on top is not see-through, so we would not be able to see the one on the bottom. Now, right now, they look kind of like little pieces of sausages or really short marshmallows. What we need to solve that problem is to actually add those details that make a macaron so recognizable. The first is the meringue top, the shell. So I'm going to come a little bit below this original curve, and I'm going to add a second curve. And then I'm going to add what's called a foot, and it's also going to be curving around. A foot is the irregular, kind of crumbly, crusty part on the bottom where it was touching the pan. And that is part of that way that you know that they're well cooked. If it doesn't have a foot, if it just looks like a very sad, flat pancake, then it didn't work out well. All right, let's come and do the same thing for the bottom. So we're giving that curve for the cookie's edge. And then we're going to add the foot. You'll know I'm resisting just going, bump, 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 bump. I'm trying to make it irregular because that is what you're looking for, is an irregularity. And then I'm going to put like some small spots in there because maybe that's where the holes are bigger in the foot and we can see that aeration of the egg whites. Okay. Then right at the side, in between the feet for the bottom and the top, I'm going to put a little bit of filling. 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 All right. Now you can also, if you are feeling like, oh, I want to see kind of the shine on the top of my macaron, then you can come and add just kind of a gentle shine mark right there. All right, now we're going to do this one. Remember, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to finish off that curve of the top cookie. So we're going to come around, staying parallel. And now we're going to add the foot. Remember, your foot should also be parallel. It's just wonky. Coming around. Okay, now we need the bottom cookie. So I'm going to come around. Usually helps if you can try to make them the same thickness. And then I'm going to add my foot. I'm once again trying to stay with that curve so that it becomes a believable continuous piece. All right, and now I'm going to come and add the filling in for this one. All right. Since in this case it would be this side in the light, I'm going to add my little reflection right here. Okay, now we've got a lot of lines and they're pretty tightly packed. Let's see what the most important thing is for us to Sharpie first. All right, I'm going to go around the edge of my cookie first, where I added on that little bit to be the end of the smooth part. And then I'm going to go over my foot. Okay. I'm going to come around the smooth part at the bottom and the smooth part at the top. And then I'm going to go around my foot. Okay. Now I'm going to make the bump out right there for the filling. And now I'm going to take my thin Sharpie and come in and make that curve that's the original top of my oval to kind of show some of the change in surface. And I'm going to add my little shine marks to my beautiful crusty meringue. Okay. Use my thin Sharpie to come in and add some of those irregular spots in the foot, both on the top and the bottom. All right. Let's do the other one. So remember, I'm doing the overall oval. Nice and smoothness. The end of the oval. And then the foot. If your line sometimes breaks when you're doing the foot, that's totally fine. Don't let it psych you out because you are doing small things with your hands. Now let's come and get the bottom cookie. It's a nice curve. The end of the smooth curve. And then going into the foot of the cookie. All right. Now we're going to curve for the filling. Curve for the filling. And then I'm going to take my thin Sharpie and I'm going to go in and get this nice shine mark right here. And then I'm going to come and add the details in the feet. So those little irregular spots that depict the open air bubbles from my meringues rising nicely. Okay. All right, now you have two macarons, and you can make them any flavors you want. They're a very, very decorative sort of food. So go for it. Bye, guys.